just having a little afternoon snack of peaches. I was a little bit hungry after lunch, and I don't want to eat dinner quite yet, so I just had a little snack. And I thought about how amazing fruit is, in the sense that every fruit you eat is unique. Every single piece of fruit that you eat is one of a kind. So, when I eat this peach, it's really the only peach of this particular shape, size, form, color, taste, all the variables that contribute to this particular peach. It is the only one there ever will be in history. There will never be another one like this. And when it comes to refined foods, processed foods, all that stuff that you buy in the store, in the bags and the packs, and that stuff is always the same, and it's very homogeneous, whereas fruit is the other way around, very heterogeneous. I don't know how you pronounce that. Fruit is very varied. So in a way, with fruit, you have to be able to let go a little bit of that desire to have a set routine, because we all enjoy routines. Of course, that's a normal part of life and something that's there to be enjoyed, rhythm and routines. And when it comes to food, we all, of course, value things like consistency and stability, and okay, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, this is what I have for lunch, I eat, I'm satisfied, etc., etc. But with fruit, you have to sort of let go a little bit of that and open up to randomness a little bit, because, as I said, every single specimen of fruit is unique. Every tree is unique. Every season is unique. Even if you have the same tree giving fruit every year, each season will be a little bit different from the last. Maybe the fruit will be a little bit sweeter, not so sweet. Maybe there's more fruit, less fruit, bigger fruit, smaller fruit. It varies. Even though it's the same genetics, it varies for each season. So each tree will be different. Each season will be different. Each farm will be different. Each type of soil will be different. There's so many variations that there's a lot of variety in terms of fruit. So many varieties of fruit and species and types. So that desire for something consistent, something okay, like if you're eating bread, and you're eating refined sugar and you're eating oil, it's almost like it's pretty much always the same. You have your bread, you have your sugar, you have your oil, whatever. Maybe not together, maybe together, I don't know what people do, but the point is, every day you have this for lunch or for breakfast or whatever, it's consistent, it's always the same, always the same, always the same. With fruit though, not so much. And that's both a good thing and kind of a bad thing, because sometimes you get disappointed, the fruit isn't really as good as you hoped for. Other times you're ecstatic and it's just like, oh my god. And you have to sort of settle into that a little bit. Just let go a little bit of that desire for perfect consistency, always the same. Like breakfast I have papaya, lunch I have bananas, dinner I'm having peaches or mangoes or whatever. And you can't just go like that forever, because the seasons are going to change. 1 week from the next, the mangoes might be good, the mangoes might not be good, and you got to be open to sort of, this week there's something else, or just today I was planning on having bananas for lunch, but check it out, the peaches are ripe. So are you going to let the peaches go to waste, or are you, because they're excellent, great peaches, or are you going to just eat bananas because that's what you're used to? And of course, in the end, it doesn't really matter as long as you eat what you're really urging for in that moment. Even if you're eating bananas because that's what you really want, and the peaches go to waste, that's fine. It doesn't really go to waste. The microbes and bacteria and all those, they're going to eat it anyway. So nothing ever really goes to waste as long as you eat what you truly want in that moment. But sometimes it's difficult to sort of just spontaneously eat something else than what you planned for, just because we're creatures of habits, So settle into extreme variety on a fruit-based diet. Enjoy the endless flavors, aromas, textures, shapes, sizes, colors, and just enjoy it for what it is, and remember that each fruit you will never have that one fruit again. Each will be different. In fact, every bite is different because sometimes most fruits are different from one side to the next. So there's no end to the variation. So I guess in the end it's almost like it's a more childlike existence maybe, which I think is a good thing, where you have to be more flexible in terms of being spontaneous and going with the flow and just eating whatever appeals to you the most in the moment, and not be too fixed on your habits or your routines and just say, this is what I do, this is what I'm gonna do, just because this is how I do it. And if we're coming from a standard diet, we're so used to this monotony of every meal being the same, being the same, being the same. And of course that's good in terms of calories, because you're getting your calories no matter what, but it takes a lot of the joy, of the spontaneous joy out of eating, I think. So embrace the fruit. And of course it's true with other foods too, not only fruit, roots, tubers, grains, even meat. I mean, if you're eating real food, if you're eating unprocessed whole food, regardless of what you are actually eating, it will have a lot of variation to it. It's only the processed factory food, that's really homogenized across the board. But of course, health-wise, you want to focus on the fruit though. That's where it's at health-wise. And taste-wise, nothing but fruit tastes amazing in its raw natural state. In its raw natural state, without any processing, fruit is the only thing that really tastes utterly delicious and satisfies us in 1,000 ways. So, hope you're having an awesome day, of course. Eat your fruit, embrace the spontaneity, let go a little bit of your habits maybe, and be flexible and see what life gives you today. Thanks for watching. To learn about consistency, you could check out our ebook about bananas, of course, where we talk about how bananas are one of the most consistent fruits and therefore a valuable addition to a fruit-based diet almost anywhere in the world, but especially outside of the tropics. Alrighty, see you later.